Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at Pensacola Superspeedway. It's been about a week since our elimination races, our heat races, and then 2 weeks since qualifying day. Just to give a bit of a recap, once again, the following drivers are currently locked in to the second annual NRSL Crown Royal 300. On your front row, you've got Alex Mata and Jesse Turner. Racing in from the heats, Heat 1, Peter Onjak, Chase Miller, Elijah Leonard. Heat 2, Colt Hudson, James Ellison, Rod Hayes. Heat 3, Christopher Choi, Freddie Soto, and Seth Cole. Heat 4, Aaron Carlson, Enzo Nareza, and Cody Smart. And from Heat 5, Franklin Phillips, Wade Brummer, and Jacob Dillons. Also a reminder, the following drivers have been eliminated. Terry Lee, Ace Rogers, Dylan Ibrahimian, Audra Baran-Oscus, Cole Deaver, Henry Sanford, Brad Markle, Tom Warham, Carter Friesen, Tim Randolph, Joshua Hyatt, Danny Lloyd, Kaz McKella, Connor Hurley, Marcus Sachi, Matthew Perez, Brian Beltran, Casey Ways, Levi McIntyre, Riley Leto, uh, Fruta Salada, Troy Lawson, Matthew Brown, Kevin McHugh, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Eli Bright, Chris Wilson, Annie Lynch, Rob Evans, Brendan Brown, Brad Lewis, Brad Cheston, Mark Brown, Diego Yepes, Jalen Howard, Christian Russell, Charles Sanford, Jonathan Zorlin, Andrew Rich, and Leo Rogers. Whew!
Drivers, start your engines!
Just want to give a quick heads up. So these heat races today are 20 laps. Caution flags do apply. After this day of racing, we have 2 LCQs and then another break before the main event itself. Now, as stated, no one advanced in the elimination races a week ago. It was just 8 drivers from 16th to 23rd who were eliminated from the competition. Or was it 9? 8. Today, top 5 from each of the 3 heats advances to the main event, and those drivers will start anywhere from 18th to 32nd. Green flag is out. It's time to find out who's going to win this heat. I just want to go back to those who were eliminated. A couple of big names to mention: Ace Rogers, Cole Deaver, Henry Sanford, Carter Friesen, Levi McIntyre, Fitzwater Sr., Rob Evans, Diego Yepes, Charles Sanford, Andrew Rich, and then the man who finished second last time, Jonathan Zorlin. So Zorlin will not be in the main event this year. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly will happen now that he's out. And just a reminder that defending race winner TJ Hanley has not advanced. And he is in this heat race, and it looks like we've got separation at the back. There might have been an accident. Jeff Bright currently leads the field. They are 4 wide in the back. There's the 003 of Brian Tremblay making a move to the bottom for second place. And draft seems to be stronger here today, unless this guy's got a machine under this hood. Now, if they are 4 wide coming to the caution, if there is indeed one, that will be something to watch. Yep, the caution flag is out. I do not see the 440. So the caution has been called. They have raced back. There's the smoke in turn 1. Wreck on lap 2. Brian Tremblay, the leader. 2nd, James DeMarco. 3rd, Jeff Bright. 4th, Jake Galloway. And 5th is Corey Scott, as we see some drivers jostling around. Oh, they are 4 wide right here. Greg Torres, Elijah Gilbert, Edwin Mendez. Who's that on the top? That's Chris Wheeler. They You're 4 wide. Let's hope that they settle this out right here, and then we will take a look at the replay. And it looks like they will. They're straightening out. Yep, here we go. Preston Plord has backing damage. There's JT Handley. Tyler Lawson. And on pit road is defending winner TJ Handley. And from the looks of things, his chances of defending his race win are over. Holy goodness. Let's take a look at the replay. Here it is. This is what we're looking at. 4 wide here. He's got Oskin to his left, Plord to his right, and then this is just some kind of very weird 4 wide situation. When TJ just kind of went down on Oskin, who didn't know he had room to the left, and this is what starts an accident. Lawson gets turned straight down into the 44 of JT, and TJ just gets spun around for the ride. Up ahead you see, man, hard impacts for the 81 and the 44. Oskin ended up pretty scot-free from this. It did not look like TJ hit the wall all that hard. I'm guessing he got stalled on the apron here. Let's double check to be sure, and that's exactly what happened to TJ. So he will continue, but he will be laps down. Let's get you back to live action. Getting ready to go back racing. As we said, TJ Handley is 2 laps down. He will resume the race, but his chances are extremely slim. Retiring from the race is brother JT, and then the 81 of Tyler Lawson. So those two, or actually, I'm sorry, I already forgot that there's another LCQ race. So these 3 drivers will most likely head to the LCQ in a last-ditch effort. This is not an elimination race. See, I'm so messed up. This event is just, there's too much going on. Definitely going to shrink it back down next time. 3 heats, 2 LCQs, 1 main event. That's all it's going to be next time. Because I'm just confusing the hell out of myself with this stuff. So TJ, JT, and Tyler Lawson will all go to their, if it's their first backup cars or not, I'm not sure. They'll go to backup cars. They'll head to the LCQ. Now what's going to happen is the 2 LCQs, 30 laps each, that have cautions on. Those will be 2 30-car affairs. Now what is most likely going to happen is the 5 that gets deducted from this and the 5 that gets deducted from Group 2 will have 10 each of the remaining 20 drivers from Group 3 thrown into their groupings. See, the green is out and TJ is underpowered, so he's probably just going to ride, hope for a miracle, see if he can somehow get a top 5 out of this. I think the whole field would have to wreck for that. But with 14 to go, 22 competitive cars, unless some weird 4 wide craziness breaks out, we should stay green to the end here. I mean, we did see a huge wreck in one of our elimination races, and there were 23 cars in that event, so it remains to be seen. But Brian Tremblay seems to have a really fast GoPro Chevrolet, so he sits in the lead. Jeff Bright, Galloway, Markle, Tyler Markle that is, and James Dunn on the bottom. So we'll head to the spectator camera. This is showing you how everyone's moving around. You see TJ heading to the back. As stated, he will most likely head to the LCQ in his last-ditch effort. It's kind of crazy. In the first round of heat races, he ended up 4th. He came so close. And if he doesn't make it in the LCQ, that could be the, man, if only I had made a move to the bottom a lap earlier. It looks like Galloway thought Markle was going to go with him to the bottom, but Tyler decides he wants to stay up top and help the 3, but Galloway might push by anyways, even with that gap. James Dunn will fill that gap. Now you can get runs off the top, And that's what Tremblay gets right here. And you see he easily beats Galloway to the start-finish line. And he actually clears all the way back down to the bottom. So as they drive right here, we'll just go to the back. We're all 3 wide mostly here. You can see Torres is clinging to life. The same with Plord and TJ. Now this should prevent these two from dropping too far back to where they end up being lap car hazards. Torres does seem to have some minor damage, so he's barely clinging to life as Jake Galloway takes the lead. So we have about a 20 car pack here, borderline 21, as they're gonna go 4 wide for second. Alex May up here to the front. Samet Oskin was involved in that accident. As we said, it appeared that he got no damage. They are 4 wide again in the back. That's Tyler Markle in the 070. I don't know who that is. It's Zoe Fernandez, whatever it is. Back to 3 wide as Todd Mack, one of the fastest drivers in Group 1 of qualifying, heads to the front, and there's the original P2 driver of Kev Shearer. Now, where is the car that was on the front row with him? I believe it was, wasn't it Elijah Leonard? Yes, it was Elijah Leonard, and Leonard raced in, finishing 3rd, and he won. So Shearer trying to race his way in. We're going to be down to 9 to go this time by, as we're going to go 4 wide again from the looks of it. Yes, indeed. We'll head to our trusty helicopter camera. Looks like Torres is not under power. He's doing just fine as the 250 car of Brian Dalton has taken the lead. Now, if we go back, only 2 triple-digit cars are currently locked in. The 110 of Chase Miller and the 180 of Wade Brummer. So we could see some more triple-digit numbers make it in. There were quite a few that did get eliminated, including the 450, the 200, the 910, 007, 230, 940, the 150, the 001, the 880, and the 980. Counting this group, we have a total of 5 triple digits in this one, and then 8 in the other 2. So we've got 21 triple digit cars left out of the 75 cars remaining. Jeff Bright will go back to the lead. Tremblay's right behind him. These 2 Chevrolets seem to work pretty good. Now this car, I forget who drove it, but the 14 was in the main pack at the end of the original event. In fact, he was the leader at the time of the white flag. Cannot recall who was driving. 4 wide again. Nathan Orman's on the bottom, 4 wide. They're actually 4 wide in 2 groupings. This isn't going to work out well. I'm surprised they didn't wreck there. I could have sworn James DeMarco and Zoe Fernandez were going to hook together. Now Tyler Markle, who pushed Tremblay back to the lead a couple laps ago, is on the bottom with him, and here comes the 92. And there was a wreck. I don't know where it was, but the pack has split. That's Edwin Mendez on the bottom. Elijah Gilbert, the other Elijah in the field. Yep, the caution flag is out. They're racing back at 6 to go. We're most likely going to get either a green-white checkered or a 1-lap shootout. And Tyler Markle will lead them at the line. Mendez, Gilbert, Tremblay, and Dunn. That is your top 5 in that. Which Dunn is that? That's James Dunn. Who's involved in this one? Oh, Bob Markle, Alex May got heavy back and damage. Brad Anomia, Jake Galloway, TJ and Preston seem to have been scot-free. They'll probably, all these guys. Oh, and Sam and Oskin's got heavy front end damage. So it looks like maybe the 50 got the brunt of this wreck. So we will go to our second race replay of the heat. Well, here it is right here. They're going 5 wide. Galloway, Oskin, May, Markle, Anomia. You can see it right there, and there it is. Boom. 4. Damn, Jeff Bright barely made it through. You see the 89 hard lick. Holy crap. The 50 went under the back end of the 89. Let's take that back a quick second. The way they go up the wall, Anomia gets propelled up, and Oskin's front end actually went straight under the 89, and then he flips over from the impact on his lid. This is one of the safest racetracks, but it's also one of the most scary. These drivers might get out of these cars all right, but this is some scary stuff. Look, Oskin actually hits Markle's left side upside down. It took them so long to wreck into the corner. Oskin actually is just going to slide down the banking on his lid. And this car is not going to flip back over. So they flip that thing and they get it towed, and we'll take you to either the end of the race or the race restart, but I'm pretty sure we should get a restart here. Getting ready for our green-white checkered. Sam and Oskin and Brad Anomia will head to the LCQ. At this point, TJ Hanley, even though he's still in the race 2 laps down, he will not be able to advance, so he will also head to the LCQ. So we'll see those drivers in a day or so, depending when I get around to recording it. LOL, I'm trying to be realistic. So the current top 5 coming to this restart will definitely not be the same. Tyler Markle leads, Edwin Mendez second, Brian Tremblay third, Elijah Gobert fourth, and James Dunn is in fifth. Now, as I mentioned, there are 5 triple-digit cars in this heat race. Only one of them does not have a shot. The 250, the 070, they're 12th and 13th, and the 005 is 16th. Let's see what happens. We're single file. Green flag in the air. Mendez with a good restart. He's going to choose to go high now. That can be a good move at this track. You can see he's got a good amount of momentum. Now, what will the draft do for these drivers? We see Gilbert up on the top. He's got Todd Mack to his bumper. DeMarco, Jeff Bright there on the bottom. Remember, Bright barely missed that incident. There are some stragglers, some damaged cars maybe locked in here. No, I think they're all pretty much good. So we got about 3 lines here forming up. Make it 4 lines. DeMarco's not wasting no time. Markle and Mendez are side by side for the lead. Now remember, it doesn't matter where in the top 5 you finish. You end up anywhere starting 18th to 32nd. You just want to make this race. Coming to the white flag. Mendez in the lead at the line. DeMarco on the bottom. James Dunn, Jeff Bright, they're going to go 4 wide for the race lead on the final lap of this heat race. That is going to push Mendez clearly out of the top 5. Tyler Markle just as much. Ryan Dalton in the 250. Zoe Fernandez in the 070. 2 triple-digit cars trying to make the race. It's down to Dalton and Jeff Bright for the win, though. Does Dalton make a move? He's inching. There's the move for the race win. Fernandez, Torres, and DeMarco, 3rd to 5th. Who's going to get it to the start-finish line? It's going to be Ryan Dalton, clearly. Thought Jeff Bright might have got a run there. 18 one-thousandths of a second is pretty good. So Ryan Dalton, Jeff Bright, Zoe Fernandez, Greg Torres, and James DeMarco advance from this heat. Everyone else will head to the LCQ. I will actually take screenshots this time for you guys because I haven't been doing that. So Jeff Bright, who is definitely a strong car, makes it Brian Tremblay, on the other hand, will have to go to the LCQ and try again. I'm going to also record the race speeds and write down the number of cautions. Trying to remember how I listed this. Yep, manufacturer name, da da da. Alright, well, I will write this stuff down and I will see you guys for heat number 2 of the day. Welcome back to Pensacola. Just want to do a quick recap. We had 2 Chevrolets, 2 Pontiacs, and a single Toyota race their way in there in heat number 1. Let's go do a quick run through of the starting lineup. Just a reminder, there are 8 triple-digit cars out of this 25-car heat. I'm not going to say the names. I'm just going to go a little slow / fast enough so that you see who is in this race. Pretty much none of these drivers were involved in an accident in the eliminations.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
So we skipped over a car right there, the 27 of TJ Dent. Oh, we didn't like literally skip over him. What is going on right there? What is the 08 doing? Alexander Rowe, is this car got a problem? Pulled down low like he might have had a problem. I don't know. Looks fine to me. The 27 Pizza Hut car. As I mentioned, Pizza Hut was the sponsor last time. Starbucks and Mountain Dew have been my other special event sponsors. Now the Starbucks car driven by TJ is in Heat 3 for today. So we'll see if those 2 cars can make it, since I do not have, there is no Mountain Dew car out of this car set. There's Pepsi cars though. I don't know if the Pepsi car made it or not. I think it might have got eliminated. Was it the 7? The 7 was the Pepsi car. Yeah, I think they got eliminated there. Green flag is out. So we'll see if the Pizza Hut car can make it. So just want to do a recap. Pontiac. So Pontiac did not have anyone race in on the first day of heats. So Pontiac's total is now up to 3 for the event. Toyota's total is up to 2. There's also still the lone Honda. We still have 3 Fords, and then our Chevy total now is up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with a lone Dodge. No, 5 Dodgers. We have 5 Dodgers right now. Okay, cool. So Jason Watkins is in the race lead after lap 1, but remember, it's a 20-lap event. We had 2 cautions in the first heat. Now, we have seen these drivers be able to go green. In the first round of heat races, we had 2 clean heats. In the elimination races, we had 2 clean elimination races. Can we see a clean heat here out of these 25 daring drivers? As Jake Rogers is trying to take the lead. Feel like it can be done. For 10 laps anyway. And never mind, I just saw 2 cars connect and go up towards the wall. Yep, yeah, they're gone. Yep, there's a caution. Yep, caution flag's out. Joseph Brummer's got heavy damage. Ryan Butcher, Wyatt Anderson, Joe Jefferson, Henrietta Fitzwater. Looks like all 5 of those drivers are going to head to the LCQ. Not sure if Dylan Young got a piece or if he's just a little far back. Looks like he's just a little far back. So we are racing back to the caution flag. Lap 3 yet again. And it looks like Jake Rogers will be the leader as the 276 cars are side by side behind him. The yellow flag is out right now. Our top 5, Jake Rogers, Jason Watkins, Ben Crouch, Jacob Dunn, and the 870 of Ryan Brommer. So you're 4 wide right here. This is sketchy. It's sketchier in the corner than it is on the straightaway. Actually, they're 5 wide. Kyle Jones right there with his fellow 93 car, Austin Mendez. Rowe is actually on the apron. Kevin Allen. Allen was strong in his heat race. Didn't get it done though. So let's take a look back at the replay and see exactly what caused the first caution of the day per this heat. So I saw this start with Wyatt Anderson. I knew it was like that tan orange car. Wyatt Anderson and Joseph Brummer are hooked right here. They're going to go right up the track. And Henrietta Fetzwater. Now, for some reason, Young, Butcher, Jefferson, they're all back here now. Oh my goodness, Brommer actually flips. Young does get clipped. Now the 01 has nowhere to go. The Brummer literally flipped at 200 miles an hour. Look at this impact. My goodness. There's the 01 up into the wall, and Jefferson just kind of shoved his face right into the wall right there. I'll have to take another look at that. I'm not sure if there's contact. It looked like he just turned up to avoid, but Joseph Brummer went for a heck of a ride. Let's take another look at Jefferson here. Up the track, up the track, up the track, up the track. Oh, here it is. Right there, Wyatt Anderson with slight contact shoves Jefferson up the track. But let's watch this in full speed because what happened to Brummer here was ridiculous. Spectator camera should be good. Oh, look, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. The car just pops right off the ground. And he will head to the LCQ with another backup car. With that said, let's take it to the race restart. Now, surprisingly, the only drivers retired are Ryan Butcher and Joseph Brummer. Joe Jefferson, Wyatt Anderson, and Henrietta Fitzwater have all elected to continue. So we've got 20 cars up to speed. Probably going to go 4 wide and wreck again. Anyways, your top 5 again: Jake Rogers, Jason Watkins, Ben Crouch, Jacob Dunn, and Ryan Brommer. So with that wreck, 3 of your triple-digit cars in this field have been basically taken out of a chance of advancing for now. The rest of your top 20: Tony Green, Kyle Jones, Steve Locker, Austin Mendez, TJ Dent, Kevin Allen, Alexander Rowe, Patrick Sick, Phil Parker, Xavier Lawton, Keith Rich, Jack Halleck, Matthew Rodriguez, Dylan Young, and Scarlett Rich. So both Rich drivers are in here. Andrew, as we said, got eliminated in Group 5. Watching from the pit area on top of, I'm not sure whose pit box he's on. But green flag is back out as Watkins goes to the top. Now we saw this move at the end of Heat 1. Now it would have worked great for Edwin Mendez had he not gotten put 4 wide the next lap into turn 1. But Mendez did have draft help, and that does not come for Watkins. So Watkins will fall back in line. Now Crouch will move to the inside. And we'll see how slow on speed Henrietta, Fitzwater, Joe Jefferson, and Wyatt Anderson are. Now if they go green from here, depending on how slow those cars are, they could catch, oh my goodness, 214, 219, 222. Now, it looks like Wyatt and Henrietta aren't doing too badly, but Jefferson is definitely going to lose draft here. But looks like Henrietta and Wyatt are clinging on pretty good. They're going to eventually lose. Dylan Young, Jack Halleck. Need to pay attention to the front of them. They're going to lose draft. The hotter the temperature, the more likely you are to just kind of string out and maybe lose that draft. As Jake Rogers will get put to the top side by Jason Watkins, but Watkins has no help. Here comes Kyle Jones on the inside. Tony Green currently in the top 5 after Jacob Dunn fell out. Alexander Rowe moving up on the inside. Jake holds on to the lead as now these drivers are 3 wide. We've got both 76 and 93 cars in this event. So kind of crazy looking. As now the 93 cars move to second and third. Kevin Allen here in the middle, though they're 4 wide right there. Not anymore. Patrick Sick on the bottom behind Alexander Rowe, looking to move into the top 5. He's 1 spot out. Kyle Jones trying to get by Jake Rogers. There's 3 Hondas right now in the top 5. Reminder, we saw 2 Pontiacs, 2 Chevys, and a Yoda make it in from Heat 1. Right now, the 2 counts considerably low for the event would be Honda and Ford. Right now, Honda's lone driver is the 9 of Christopher Choi, who won his heat race a week ago. Jake Rogers is doing a very, very good job holding on. So they're 4 wide there at the back of that pack, and they settled it down to 3 wide. Kyle Jones going to make a move again. Patrick Sick up into the front as they're borderline 4 wide again. Scarlett Rich on the bottom, making her way to the front of the field. Austin Mendez riding behind Sick. Now he'll move to the bottom. The 93s are going to help each other out here. We've got 1 Pontiac in the top 5 right now. That's Xavier Lawton. He tried to duck down, but the run was too much. He stays top side with Sick. As the 93s continue to get outraced, Jake Rogers is just a train on the top side. He is the conductor and everyone else are the carts. As we look at our trail back here, Joe Jefferson 16 seconds back with 8 to go. I'm going to wait and see what this difference is as Kyle Jones is going to make a move again. This time Austin stays topside with Jake. Scarlett Rich, Patrick Sick in right now. Ty Dent in the 27 trying to get in, and it looks like he will. How much time does Joe lose? Oh man, it's a 4 seconds. And they're going to catch Joe Jefferson if this goes green. Now Ty is in the middle, 4 wide with Scarlett Rich, as it looks like Kyle Jones will finally get the help from Austin Mendez. Will they clear Jake Rogers off of 4 here? They do, but he's got a pretty good run. Now Ben crouches to the bottom as here comes Ryan Brommer in the 870 car. Oh, that's actually TJ Dent in the 27. Ty Dent is in the 28. I'm sorry, Mr. Dent. I'm telling you, too many cars. Tony Green on the bottom. Now, did we have any fast cars lose? Yes, we did. Dylan Young and Jack Halleck actually lost the pack. I'm not sure if they got damaged somewhere, but they lost the pack. Wyatt and Henrietta are still drafting together. So Kyle Jones now in the lead. Jake Rogers about to fall out of the top 5 as we come to 6 to go. Right now we've got a pretty good mix here in this top 5. Honda, Dodge, Chevy, Toyota. It would be pretty interesting if in one of these heats or LCQs we see 5 of the 6 manufacturers moving on in a race. Tony Green, another Honda right now in the top 5. Now there are a decent amount of Hondas. They're bound to get at least probably five Hondas in this race. Right now the count is at 1. As Brommer makes a move on Jones. Jones has 0 help. Singled out behind them. Jacob Dunn and Patrick Sick have made their way back into the top 5. Next car out, Steve Larker in the 840's got the 160 of Kevin Allen, the highest running Ford. The only other one right now close is TJ Dent in the 27. So not a lot of Fords in this one. Brommer will get past. Green's going to try and clear him. He will. They're getting increasingly closer to Joe Jefferson. See as they head into turn 3. Jefferson just hit the start-finish line as now Kevin Allen's coming to the lead with 4 to go, but they are 4 wide now. If they were to wreck at this point, that would end this race. So things have been pretty tame here though. Remember the mile per hour finishing speed for Heat 1 was 136. We're at 161 right now. Kevin Allen, Alexander Rowe on the bottom. Xavier Lawton, TJ Dent. I can't see who the 5th car on the inside is right now. Well, that is the 57 of Matthew Rodriguez. We haven't really talked about it all here. He's going to make it 4 wide for, I believe, 4th place. Keith Rich all the way on the top. Now, the preferred line here will be interesting, especially when they catch Joe. Now, Joe is going 208 miles an hour. They're definitely going to catch him on 2 to go if this stays green. 2 to go, maybe the white. See 37. Oh, they're going to get him on the white. So that's going to make things really hairy. Allen, Rowe, Watkins, Sick. Scarlett Rich in the middle, but Jake Rogers is back on the inside. He's got one of the strongest cars in the field. Making easy work, not even on the top 10 fastest laps. He's just that strong. He charges back into the top 5 at 2 to go, and it is a good time to do so. There are 18 cars in this pack right now as they hit 2 to go. And I think it's going to be down the back straightaway, maybe into turn 3 when they catch Joe Jefferson. See him up ahead, Kevin Allen sticking it in the race lead. Jake Rogers in 2nd, Ben Crouch 3rd, Watkins 4th. Right now 5th car is going to be between Mendez and Kyle Jones as Jake Rogers moves to the inside. He wants to pass Allen back for this lead. Ryan Brommer is back on the bottom. Scarlett Rich, we're seeing she moves to the bottom. There's Joe Jefferson. They're going to get him in turn 1, maybe this straightaway. White flag is out. There's Joe Jefferson. Jake's going to go high. I think that's the right call. And indeed it will be. And for some reason the leader can go by, but everyone else decides to stop. I'm not sure why Kevin Allen would do that. So Jake Rogers is gone. So who's going to be the rest of the top 5? Looks like Kyle Jones will get by. Ben Crouch will get by. Scarlett Rich and Philip Parker. That's the top 5. Oh, but Jake Rogers is in a sucker hole position right here. Oh, no, he's got it. And no one will challenge Parker for 5th. Lawton's going to make a last-second move, but nothing going. So Kevin Allen, Jason Watkins, Austin Mendez all pretty much sent themselves straight to the LCQ by stopping, even though they had plenty of room to go around. Only one yellow here in this one. So there is your finishing results. Jake Rogers, Kyle Jones, Ben Crouch, Scarlett Rich, and Philip Parker. Now off the top of my head, that is 2 Hondas and 3 Chevys. So with that said, we'll see you guys for the final heat of the day, heat number 3. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the final heat of the day. Another 20-lap affair. So, we've had some pretty good racing so far, I've got to say, between these two 20-lap heats. I'm very curious to see what the 30-lap LCQs will be like. Just writing something down here. Don't mind me. I should have done this off recording, but I'm that kind of guy. So anyway, Chevy extends their total another 3 cars. Honda finally has more than one driver as Jake Rogers, Kyle Jones, Ben Crouch, Scarlett Rich, and Phil Parker advance from heat number 2. Let's do a quick run through of the order. Wild command gets given in about 8 seconds.
Y'all come say it with me. Drivers, start your engine!
Now, as pretty much everyone should know by now if they watch these videos, TJ Hanley did not make it in his heat race today. He is heading to the LCQ. That is your defending race winner. This is the car he drove. It was just the 99. It's the 990 driven by Robert Young. We'll see if his car, his old car, can make it in. As a reminder, Jonathan Zorlin was eliminated in the elimination during one of the elimination races last week. So 20 more laps for today. Looking like it might cool off maybe a little bit for the LCQ races, so we might see some slightly higher speeds. But anyway, one more race here today. Who will the next 5 drivers be locking themselves a spot in to the NRSL Crown Royal 300? Remember, Johnny Gardner, champion in the Mountain Dew for the Win Cup Series this past year. Fellow champion, or fellow champions, the fellow Mountain Dew champion, Caleb Hoffman, did not sign up. And then truck champions, Philip Goldberg and James Qualls, did not sign up. Well, we're already 4 wide. So something tells me this is going to be the violent heat race. Tommy Roberts has been strong in pretty much every race he's driven in. He kind of got screwed over by a lapper in the first round of heat races, and they're going to wreck right there, right? Yep. No. Yep. No. No. They didn't wreck. Well, they are 4 wide, 4 rows deep pretty much as Robert Young takes the lead. We just talked about it, the 990 car. Also, fun fact, both accidents, the first accidents in both of these races today, lap 2, going in the 1, and then lap 3, and someone just flipped over. I'm pretty sure the 002 Nestia Toyota was flipping down the back straightaway. Unless I am seeing things. Caution flag is out. Robert Young, Antonin Chalaboz, Alex Ferranti, Max Anderson, and Kapoulibai. That's your top 5. I do not see the 002. There's Sebastian Kukulon. There's Jared Daniels. Now, I could have sworn I saw him on his side. I could be mistaken. Jose Mills involved. Jay Jefferson. Oh, and they wrecked after Johnny Gardner, RJ Reynolds, Kapoulibai. And we completely missed it. The one time it looked like they were going to be fine, it ends up, nope, forget about it. Well, that's going to send those cars to the LCQ. Tommy Roberts was involved in this. Pretty much looks like the top 4 were the only people not affected. So let's take a look at the replay, the first wreck, and then the one under the caution. So here we go. Looks like Kukulon and Daniels are going to hook here. Yep, there it is right there. Now, did they actually flip? Yes, I was not mistaken. I did see that. Daniels came very close. Gardner nowhere to go. Simon Bloomfield making contact. Jose Mills. Jay Jefferson's going to have nowhere to go there. And pretty Non-violent wreck though. I mean, Daniel's car looked like it was gonna flip. Kind of slide back up here. Sorry, I'm terrible at camera angles. Let's see. Just gonna play it out. So that's all that happened. And now something happens up here with the 58 and the 42. We're just gonna play it out full speed. Let's see. Actually, right here, there it is, there it is, there it is. The 100 of Joey Mitchell came down on the 950 of Pina Salada. Trying to get in line. Where is it? Who's that behind? That's Gary Barlow. There it is. There's the turning. Straight up into a bye. Roberts, nowhere to go. Oh, these drivers both hit the wall pretty good, especially Tommy. And this is going to cause a chain reaction as the 950 and the 420 slide down. Jack James gets involved. Richard Mendez. Does Simon Bloomfield get out of here damage free? I mean, he was already involved in an accident though, because here comes RJ Reynolds. Boom! And then Gardner and Jefferson had no idea this was going on. Bam! Bam! That's a pretty good lick right there. I think we're going to have a long list of retirees. Let's take it to the race restart. Indeed we do, indeed we do. Johnny Gardner, Jay Jefferson, RJ Reynolds, Jack James, and Pina Salado will all head to their LCQ, which will be determined later. Reminder, Group 3, out of the 20 remaining drivers, 10 will head to Group 1 and the other 10 will head to Group 2. So your remaining 20 drivers, Robert Young in the lead, Antonin Charlebois in 22nd, not 20th. Third is Alex Ferranti, fourth Max Anderson, fifth is now TJ Lawson, sixth Joey Mitchell, seventh Mathis Wells, eighth Gary Barlow, ninth Gatlin Downey, 10th Ty Dent, 11th Eddie Riley, 12th Sam Young, who won his elimination race, Hunter Braxton 13th, Richard Mendez 14th begins the train of cars with slight damage continuing, Bloomfield, Jose Mills, Kapulabai, Tommy Roberts, Jared Daniels, and Sebastian Kugelon. So we got 14 to go. Since there's a lot of cars with damage, I don't think there's going to be another wreck in this one. I'm very curious to see, though, how damaged those cars actually are. Looks like Robert Young is still hanging on to the lead for now. Ferranti, Anderson, Mitchell, and Wells. That's the top 5 right now. We have not seen Mathis Wells at all, really, this whole weekend. Robert Young is showing TJ that he might have wanted to stay in his old car. Here's a bit of a gap between Richard Mendez and 36 of Eddie Riley. Jose Mills. There it is. Tommy Roberts, Simon Bloomfield, Abai, Daniels. Kukulon is the most down to speed. Oh, he's terribly off pace. He's a lot more off pace than Joe Jefferson was in Heat 2. This is going to be a group, and they should stay up to pace somewhat. Otherwise, this group is going to catch Kukulon at some point. He's already way off pace. As Robert Young continues to lead, Mathis Wells up to second, Gatlin Downey third. Let's see, we have 15 cars. Jose Mills is clinging to life here. Kukulon already down to 8.8 seconds. Definitely going to expect him to get caught before the white. So passing him first might not be in a driver's best interests. Right now, Young is doing the same thing Jake Rogers did, showing, I'm fast, you can't pass me. Jake eventually got passed, but he came right back up to the front in time to win the freaking heat race. Right now, no one can even get close to Robert. Gatlin Downey, well, side by side, there's the sister car for the 14 of Jeff Bright, who made it in. TJ Lawson, who was a hindrance in his heat race. The first round, that is, not the elimination races in round 2. He's up to 3rd. Riley is now up to 4th after seeming to maybe be at risk of losing the pack. And Max Anderson sits in 5th. Lawson's going to make the move for 2nd. Here's Sebastian Kugelon, 203 miles an hour, about 5 seconds off pace. Bloomfield is clinging to life here on a bye. Roberts and Daniels, who are just kind of swapping positions around at this point. And Mills also clinging to life. So definitely don't see a wreck happening here. Definitely think we're going to go green to the end. Real question is if anyone can even get to Robert to pass him. Riley makes a move, and now Barlow's going to make a move. So when you do stuff like that, it's kind of hard to catch the leader to pass. Riley 2nd, Barlow 3rd now as Charlevoix is coming back into the top 5, but he gets put in the middle by Ty Dent. Already at 9 laps to go. And Barlow looks like he's got enough of a run. He's going to make the move. Is Ty going to follow? And the answer is yes. He made enough of a hesitation, though, to where Downey was able to get a run, make the move on him 3 wide for 2nd. That plops Young all the way at the top. So far, none of the Young drivers have made the event. Between Dylan, Sam, and Robert, the only highlight is Sam Young winning his elimination race. See if Robert has time to get back to the bottom, but right now it's Gary Barlow in the lead. Kukulon already 31 seconds back, so these drivers are definitely going to catch him just once. See Mills still struggling to cling to the draft. Probably just waiting for a wreck that isn't going to come. Hunter Braxton making his way into the top 3 now. Out of the 3 groups of Chevrolet buddies there, Braxton, the Reza, and Ace Rogers. Ace got eliminated. The Reza raced his way in on the first round of advancement days. Braxton's trying to get it done before the LCQ happens. And he's looking pretty strong right now. Max Anderson behind him. Speaking of Sam Young, I didn't even realize he was in this thing. Yep, it is confirmed. I thought he was in one of the previous ones for some odd reason, but Sam Young trying to get in here with Robert. I still don't recall if Robert is a brother or a father or what the deal, uncle. I don't know what the picture is here. I do know that Dylan and Sam are definitely brothers. I don't know what the relationship is to Robert. Sounds like a father name to me. Hunter Braxton is going for the lead on Gary Barlow, who's got 0 help. Max Anderson's going to follow him behind. Sam Young, Ty Dent, Ferranti, Riley all on the bottom. So they're going to go 3 wide. Kukulon should get caught this lap. Sam Young will go to the race lead now. Charlevoix is on the bottom too. I really hope. I'm saying that name different every time. Like, I know I am. Okay, here's the 55. Let's see what happens. Sam Young goes down low. And he's gonna. Oh, he tried making a move, but he slows down. Everyone slows down. Sam Young's gonna maybe try and pass on the top. No, it's gonna open the door for Ferranti at 4 laps to go. And Ferranti will be the one to pass Riley, Charlevoix, Wells, Richard Bendis, Joey Mitchell. That's the top 6. Is gonna be the top 5 because Riley has no help. This is going to set up some interesting drafting games, though. Charlevoix is going for the lead. No, here comes Mathis Wells. Wells with no help, however. And Wells will fall in line behind the 29. TJ Lawson has caught back up. Mills, remember, is just clinging to life here. He's kind of in the way. Sam Young on the bottom. Ty Dent, Robert Young, Anderson, Braxton, they've all cleared. These drivers should get enough draft to draft back to the pack, but question is, do they have time to make these passes? You see Mills up to the top side. If he gets down to the bottom again, he'll be in the way. Right now, Charlevoix got the gift of a lifetime, but here comes Mathis Wells. Joey Mitchell gonna help him? No. Downey got enough to help? Yes. So now Mathis Wells to the inside of Charlevoix. He's going to have to try and keep it even. There's too little time. If you fall too far back on the top, you're going to be out of it. Barlow, Anderson, and Braxton are losing the draft. Because now they're going to go 3 wide. That's TJ Lawson on the bottom. 4 wide for 4th place by Ty Dent. Mills is on the bottom. Mills has damage, but he's just up here because he is. But you can see he's really not gaining any ground. He's going to move out of the way. Getting a little close to the 36 there. Ty Dent, Sam Young doing the same thing. TJ Lawson, Gatlin Downey, they're side by side. We're going to come to the white. Max Anderson and Braxton have caught back into the pack because of all these maneuvers. Do they stay low enough? The white flag, Robert Young in a very good spot. As long as he doesn't get put 4 wide, which he is going to be by Gary Barlow. Downey and TJ Lawson are going to fall back big time here. Mills is in the middle. Charlevoix somehow made it back to the bottom. I can't believe it. Barlow, Young, Anderson, they've all been strong today. Charlevoix is trying to make a move, but he's got no help. Top 5, 5th car right now in is Downey. Barlow looks like is going to win this thing. And the 5th car in will be Charlevoix. Unless Robert Young falls back enough, Barlow will win. Anderson, Braxton, Robert Young, Antonin Charlevoix. They are the 5 to get in. I believe that is Yoda, Honda, Chevy, Yoda, Yoda. A lot of Yodas. So those are your drivers advancing. Chevy adds another driver into the fray. But that is it here for these heat races. There's your final results for this one. And with that said, I will see you in a day or so for the last chance qualifiers. Quick fun fact, this race had 1 caution too, but it took a little longer than Heat 2. See you guys in the future.